Unbeaten but vulnerable, as we see Andy Morris risking his perfect record, but not his British featherweight title when he takes on Mickey Coveney in a bout scheduled for 8 rounds.
And welcome to the Hilton Hotel here on Park Lane, London, England. Tonight, Frank Warren's Sports Network proudly presents 8 3-minute rounds of boxing in the featherweight division. Welcome to you, the viewers watching exclusively on ITV2, and to viewers in the USA on Showbox, the new generation. The officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Ray Rice. The referee in charge of this, the first contest, a warm welcome please for Seamus Dunn from Watford. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the claret-coloured shorts trimmed with sky blue. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stones, 2 pounds, 7 ounces, or 128.5 pounds. From 10 contests, he has 8 wins, 1 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with only 2 defeats. Presenting from West Ham, Mickey Coveney. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the black-coloured shorts trimmed with gold and white. At the weigh-in yesterday, he also scaled 9 stones, 2 pounds, 7 ounces, or 128.5 pounds. From 11 contests, he's undefeated in 11 wins, 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he comes to the ring as the current featherweight champion of England, presenting from Wiltshire, the undefeated Andy Morris.
Boxing, protect yourselves at all times, obey my instructions at all times, watch your heads and keep your punches up. And when I say break, I mean break, you both step back. You both understand? Right, shake hands now. It's the very best of luck to the two of you. Good luck.
You see Morris, the taller fighter, he has the longer reach. He wants to stay outside, feature that straight right hand against the southpaw.
Well, we just heard the referee Seamus Dunn. The important thing here, he is the only one who scores this fight. No 3 knockdown, no standing 8. Can't be saved by the bell in any round. And in Britain, in the case of an accidental foul, if a fighter's unable to continue, he loses. Let's get going. Andy Morris coming at the southpaw, Mickey Coveney. Coveney likes to roll under shots, Steve. Let's see. He's there in front to be hit, and he got whacked there by a counter from Morris.
Coveney told us yesterday he might try to draw Morris in. It looks like neither one's going to need to draw the other in. They're both whacking away right away.
Steve, I got to tell you, Andy Morris looks like he's 2 divisions bigger. He really looks solid. We were talking about him having trouble making weight yesterday a little bit. He had a run, and he was wolfing down dinner right after the weigh-in.
Well,
he is muscled up tonight.
I think it was curry chicken.
Yeah, at least he got dinner tonight.
He does look much bigger, and the fact that he's taller makes him look even bigger than that.
Coveney short with that jab. He's 5'4". He's got to be close, Steve, but he's not a big knockout artist, so what does he do?
Well, he also has to keep his punches short.
Oh, he got nailed by a right.
Because right now, Morris is faster with his hands and is throwing nice straight shots, and as a result, when they both punch, Morris is landing first.
Boy, Morris looks razor sharp now. He's in the black, setting the tone, and there it is. Coveney just walking into punches once again. He is squared up and there to be hit, trying to roll a little bit away and put together some defense and counter off a Morris miss, if Morris ever misses, Steve. And there's some nice body work from Coveney.
One step back.
Mickey Coveney. He's the southpaw. His face is swelling already. And that's because Andy Morris, the undefeated featherweight from Manchester, is hitting the mark with just precision shots, working off the jab nicely. Got that right hand cocked, and there, Coveney rolled under a punch but didn't counter with anything, Steve.
Yeah, now they're falling into a little bit of a rhythm where you see Coveney trying to cut the ring off. Morris moving to his left, which is the way you want to move against the southpaw because you're moving away from his power left hand.
Coveney's trying to brawl with Morris. Should he be doing it?
Yeah, Coveney's only chance, I think, is to brawl. Although if his hands are not faster, he's not going to get his punches in first.
So I suppose he's got to get close, but not necessarily stay close. They do like him in low. They were talking about Morris. His trainer, Bob Shannon, said we're going to do a lot of shoulder shots. Aim at the shoulders. Forget about going too low on him because he's only 5'4", and he gets down low like that when he walks in. Nice, strong jab from Morris. When he's got conviction on that left hand, Steve, it really makes it difficult for the lefty. And it's really good to see a guy committed to a jab against the southpaw. Nice right hand from Morris, but he eats a left hand counter. And Coveney with a swelling of courage there. He's got Morris backing up a little bit and now tying up. It's a good first round here in London. Andy Morris is unbeaten. He's in the black. First round in the books.
Feet out. Breathe nicely. Breathe nicely. Good man. Good man. Good.
Now listen.
Breathe.
Breathe. That was it. Right? Don't come up there when you come off. You understand? When you want to break off, do not do that. You show me your little pro now, the bending and bobbing. Breathe up. Come on.
That's
Come on,
it. Relax yourself. Relax yourself. Relax yourself.
I'm very pleased with your work. That was excellent. You was positive.
Must get your covers up. Must get them covers up.
Give him a drink.
Yeah, you go.
Another one.
Action from round one. I was very impressed with Andy Morris's hand speed. You see counter punches there, but he got in a right hand and another right hand before Coveney could land a single punch. It's very good hand speed and the right hand lead against the southpaw. Usually most orthodox fighters' favorite weapon.
Or Mark Rowe just picked up the training duties for Coveney a couple of fights ago. Rowe, if you may remember, the man in Julius Francis's corner in Manchester when Francis won, what, 3 rounds with Tyson. And now we see Coveney, they're telling him he's got to keep his hands up a little bit. So you got to fire quickly and then get back in some kind of a defensive posture, Steve. But both guys impressed me already with their ability to counter, especially Morris. You'd think he'd take the fight to Coveney a little bit.
Yeah, Morris just looks like the smoothest, slicker boxer. Coveney's other problem, he wants to get close and exchange. Otherwise, he gets picked apart from the outside. But 1 knockout in 10 fights. So does he have the power to take care of Morris?
Exactly, and just as you said it, that's exactly what he did. Trying to get in close. They're rolling under, but not coming up with anything. And now just whiffing with a right hand. It was wild. But his gloves are by his chin now, still getting hit, and Morris fighting backing up a little bit. Now he resets, pokes that lead right, shortening it up against the left-hander. But still committed pretty nicely to that jab against the southpaw. Andy Morris is unbeaten. And Mickey Coveney is in the biggest fight of his life. Double hook from Morris. He continues to turn Coveney, who is standing squared up and in front, and a very inviting target. Coveney tries to go to the body. He got that little short 62-inch reach, Steve.
That's very short. He's short. He's 5'4". I'd say the average featherweight is probably 5'5", 5'6". Right. Well, and it's tough for him because he has to work that much harder to get into punching range.
Well, Steve, can he help himself by even fighting lower than he is, maybe?
Yes.
Less of a target?
You know, the old Angelo Dundee line. If you're short, box shorter. If you're tall, box taller.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, you rarely see British or European fighters bend a lot at the knees. They're usually straight up. Now, this fighter's short. He needs to bend a lot more, and a lot of those Morris punches will go right over his head.
Good point. Morris now just trying to pick off Coveney from outside, and here Coveney shortening up, and that's what they're worried about. He could do some good body work as a hook, really, with both hands. Once he gets in close and try to work the body on Morris. Morris bangs away with the right hand, and now double hooks. But Coveney shakes those shots off and comes back with some arsenal of his own.
Andy Morris, Nick, is not a big puncher himself yet. Maybe because, as you pointed out, he's the bigger guy. Don't his punches look a little harder?
Oh, they really do. And they sound harder. But again, I don't know how much you could teach power. But they say they're working on it. And now Morris moving to his left, as you said, the way he should be against the southpaw. Coveney walking into punches once again, missing with a wild uppercut. Now trying to rumble in close. Very few breaks, that's guaranteed with Mickey Coveney. He does not like the clinch. But boy, he's getting hit, Steve. End of 2 here in London.
fella. No, I'm up, fella. Plant your feet and hit him, bang, and then back in again. Well, you've got to start in with a bit of power now, haven't you? A bit more power, haven't you? Use them big right hands, like Frank says. When you hit him with one, hit him again. Bang, bang, and then left feet. You can't let this kid into it now. You kick him out of that every round. You kick him out of it then, didn't you? That's good. That's one. Come on. Very good. Get some drink. And he's breathing. They're very heavy there, right? He doesn't like the pace of keeping it. Remember, get them right hands in, plant your feet, and when he comes inside, then hoops there, oh look, you step back again, and bang! So you did it, step back and hit him again, innit, with that right hand. Get the weight from the back foot, pivot. Looking fantastic, right? Good. Fantastic.
Frank Maloney, the man on the left there, the manager of Andy Morris, his brother against brother. The manager of Mickey Coveney, his brother Eugene Maloney. Eugene said, I'm definitely the underdog, but I would love nothing better than the spring one on Bro.
Yeah, they've been matched in England against each other several times. Frank, of course, the former manager of Lennox Lewis. And Eugene said there's no greater buzz I get than beating my brother.
There it is. Mickey Coveney is in the burgundy and the blue. And he exchanged punches there with Morris in the center of the ring. Andy Morris undefeated, content to get it done from outside right now, waiting to pick off the rushes of Coveney. There, a nice lead right to the gut. An exchange, middle of the ring once again. But Steve Morris wisely just waiting to time those rushes.
He had no sparring because Coveney was a late replacement. He had no sparring against lefties. I'll tell you, it doesn't seem to be affecting him at all.
I agree. Nice straight right as Coveney drops his gloves and gets stung. Now with a left, a little bit short, but Morris very committed to his punches. He looks very fundamentally sound to me. Not taking unnecessary chances. Coveney has to. He's the shorter guy, as we've said. You got to get inside. He is paying for it now. Right uppercut followed by a looping left hook to the head. Coveney eating a lot of shots now.
Yeah, his problem, Mickey Coveney's problem, is that he's working and working and working to get inside. He's slipping punches, but he's getting hit for five for every one he lands.
Boy, it's true. Coveney's just got to keep swinging and get lucky here. Got to keep the guard up as well. Commits, and now he's stuck there, but Morris doesn't make him pay with a counter at all. Continues to turn him, so he is controlling distance. Range here is Andy Morris. Coveney, you don't protect yourself at all times. Turning your back is not a great idea, Steve.
Yeah, he started to throw a combination. He realized it was going to miss by about 4 feet, and he said, I better not do that.
So a total restart, and now Morris continues to tee off on Coveney, who's had some fight taken out of him, but he says, come on, bring it on. And Morris is happy to oblige, poking both hands to the face.
That warning was for an intentional butt. Watch the heads, the referee says.
Well, Coveney's an awkward fighter, Steve. All lefties are. Nice left hand from Morris as he tries to wing that hook again. Misses this time. We're in the third, scheduled for 8. Brisk pace. Very few clinches in this fight. As advertised, Mickey Coveney, shorter guy in the darker trunk, in the maroon trunks, coming forward. And his face is the much redder of the two, matching the trunks, really. Andy Morris able to pick his spots. Nice right leads. He pokes the jab, doubles it up, and continues to turn to the left. A nice right hand from Coveney, though, just before the bell.
Legs out. Breathe, just breathe for me. Relax down. Good man, come on, relax down. Breathe deep. Breathe deep, that's it.
You must start going outside.
Breathe. All right, water please, That's good.
Right, fuck's sake.
Come on in.
Don't feel sorry now.
I'm not feeling sorry for myself. Come here. Let's get that second win.
You keep answering back, fucking breathe, son.
Listen, come on.
Come on.
Listen to me.
You're a good little fight.
Listen
You've
to me.
heard him a couple of times.
Come on, listen to me. Yeah. This is what I want you to do. Tight.
Action from round 3. All Andy Morris. Combination punching and good hand speed. You see he is setting down on those punches. He's not moving when he's throwing the shots. And here's the butt. Well, if that's not intentional. The referee did not take a point away. He could have even disqualified him for that. Remember that if a fighter gets cut and can't continue, he loses. So that's quite dangerous there, especially in British rings. I don't like that rule. Neil Sinclair, who was supposed to fight tonight in our main event, was cut 40 seconds into his last fight and lost.
That's a terrible rule,
Yeah.
I think. Andy Morris is in black. He's undefeated, 11-0-3 KOs. Mickey Coveney with a single knockout in his 10 fights, 2 losses. So both guys lacking real firepower, single shot power anyway. But Morris looks like much the stronger guy. But in terms of matching his will, Mickey Coveney has plenty of fight in him.
I think the headbutt, the intentional headbutt by Coveney was frustration, obviously. And the reason is not only is he getting outfought, he's huffing and puffing. Andy Morris looks like he could box this way for 30 rounds. He's very, very calm, very composed, not breathing heavy at all in the corner. But fortunately, Morris was not cut by the butt. I guess with an intentional foul, a referee would not award the fight to Coveney. But he certainly should have taken a point away, I believe, because that was a blatant intentional butt.
Well, Steve, you mentioned Coveney's mouth open, breathing heavily. You know, he admitted to us he took this fight 2 weeks' notice. He probably needed 2 more weeks to really lock down in training. Sometimes that's a built-in excuse, but you know, I see Coveney certainly trying everything with very little success. So he's full of fight, but he's running out of answers as he gets clocked by a quick left and then a right from Morris. Morris in black, having his way with Mickey Coveney. Coveney with not much snap on his punches as he continues to walk forward fairly flat-footed and squared up. And you can see Morris just picking him off, Steve, and moving him at will and just absolutely controlling this fight.
And at this point, Nick, it doesn't matter which direction Morris moves in. Coveney's square. He's not getting any leverage on his punches. And you mentioned early that he should be getting lower and coming up with punches. That way he'd get leverage. He's not doing that. As a result, his right hook is more of a slap than a big punch. And his left hand.
Oh, he's down now. See, the combination did it. He'd stop punching, Steve, as you mentioned. Can he get out of the 4th? Half a minute to go. Let's see. He takes the 8th, and he looks blurry from that. And a crunching left hook. The referee's seen enough. Seamus Dunn stops it wisely. The left hook did more damage, and Mickey Coveney, full fight this night, had it taken out of him late here in the 4th round in London by the still undefeated Andy Morris.
That was just an accumulation, Nick.
Morris did exactly what he had to do.
Yeah, it was
absolutely outclassed this guy. And on paper, he had him outclassed, so it wasn't only perception. He made it reality here tonight in London. A 4th round stoppage of Mickey Coveney. Game, but not up to this level of Andy Morris, whose aspirations are the world stage. He's already British featherweight champion.
Coveney is 23 years old. He looks like he's about 11. And after those 4 rounds, Nick, I think he's about 41 now.
2 minutes and 42 seconds of round number 4. Referee Shannons has called a halt to the contest. In his opinion, Mickey Coveney was in no position to continue. Your winner, now undefeated in 12 professional contests from Wythenshawe, Andy Morris. We appreciate you please for Mickey Coveney.
Very polished performance from Andy Morris. Out-slicked, outworked, out-hit Mickey Coveney. So we hope to see more of Andy Morris as he moves to 12-0 with 4 stoppages now. Steve, that was a wall-to-wall wax job, huh?
Oh, yeah. In round 3, we saw Coveney intentionally butt out of frustration. Look at it, dropping his hands, another sign of frustration. You know, that's not going to get it done. I don't know if he's trying to draw Morris in or he's just fatigued, but it's clearly an example of the frustration. Right hand makes him do an involuntary dance there, and Morris senses the end. Nice move, jumping over to the side by Morris, changing angles, giving himself, look at him, backing up to give himself room. He's not getting smothered by Coveney, who's trying to come forward. And because he had room to extend his arms, he landed some knockdown punches, second knockdown of Coveney's career. This is a tough kid, Coveney, but just outclassed. He came in as a sub. And Andy Morris is as good a featherweight prospect as there is in the UK. That left hook almost dropped him. Good stoppage by Seamus Dunn. A really good time. Yeah, Nick and I both loved that. And again, look at how he moves backward to create punching room. And when he finally lands the right uppercut and the left hook kind of grazed him, it was the right uppercut that did it. He had enough room to land that shot where it landed with maximum impact.
Andy Morris put it all together tonight. Aggressor, box, move, power, the whole bit. Inside of 4. We look at this fight crowd on a Friday night here in London, England.